Nessa off air quickie. Welcome to another episode where we quickly get to different topics. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I want to know why people are so damn comfortable disrespecting MARIAH Carey and TUPAC, honestly, and Whitney Houston. We are going to explain in a few seconds because I don't get it. I don't get it. People are too comfortable and I'm not a fan of it. So let's address this, okay? Because music lists can definitely destroy a family. And I'm talking about the different platforms that have been releasing different lists for whatever, right? Be it from Spotify to the latest, which is Apple Music. Whew. Okay, I want to,
breathe, Nessa, breathe,
Nessa, and bring my blood pressure down a little bit, okay? So Apple Music released the 100 best albums, okay? And on their website, it says, because they're so proud of this list, welcome to 100 Best Albums, our definitive list of all the greatest albums ever made.
Woo! That's a big statement. Ever made?
Now, I say this because I do want to do a little sidebar. At least when Spotify releases their list, there's always some type of little disclaimer like, oh, in the streaming era, in the this era or whatever, right? Like they're protecting themselves with some extra verbiage attached to this. However, this title from Apple is very clear, the stance that they're making. It is their definitive list and they're standing on it. Okay, so we did some digging around because we're trying to understand who comes up with this list. How did it come about? Who's making these decisions? What are the criteria behind this list that we're going to go over that's extremely disrespectful to icons? But anyways, so I was reading up on Apple Music's YouTube page that it said that their definitive list of the 100 best albums was made with the help, of a select panel of artists, songwriters, producers, industry experts, and our own editorial team. They had
show yourselves. Show yourselves.
Show
they don't
us
want the
who
smoke.
you are.
That's why they don't want the smoke because now they're hiding under groups of names separated by commas. Put your name down and show yourselves.
Well, there's some names we know for the special guests that they listed: Maggie Rogers, Nile Rodgers, Zane Lowe, and someone we do know very well, Ebro. Okay.
Well, you know what though, Nessa? I don't know if they're part of the list more so than they were the ones that were talking about the list on Apple Music's YouTube channel. That's not clear to me.
Right. And that's us being fair and really putting our broadcasting hat on, right? Because a lot of people just want to, start dissing the people that are in front of the camera when a lot of times it's a whole lot of other people behind the camera that are making these decisions, and the people in front of the camera are just delivering it. They're the messengers.
That's what this says. It says special guests and the people you named to discuss the list. It doesn't say that they're one of the industry experts, songwriters. It doesn't say that. It says they're discussing the list. So I'll save some of my smoke for Ebro for another day.
Yeah, when we see him at Summer Jam. But anyways, let's go over the list. We're not going to go over the entire list again because it's 100 albums on this list. But we will focus on the top 5 albums, okay? And then we will start discussing our thoughts about it, okay? So for Apple Music's 100 best albums, here are the top 5. We're going to start with number 5, okay? So let me pull it up right here. Number 5, remember, this is their definitive list of the greatest albums ever made. Okay, number 5, Blonde from Frank Ocean. Number 4, Purple Rain from Prince and the Revolution. Number 3, Abbey Road from the Beatles. Number 2, Thriller from Michael Jackson. And number 1, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by, of course, Lauryn Hill. Okay, so I have so many different feelings. I remember when I first saw this, I felt away. Then I was like trying to rationalize it. Then I was trying to understand it. Then I was trying to make excuses for the people that we don't even know who put this list together that are hiding behind this. But anyways, I am appalled. I am taken aback by this list, okay? Even just the top 5. First off, I'm okay with most of it for the most part. Let me just be honest, okay? And listen, I love Frank Ocean. I think Frank's done a lot of great things, great music. I just don't know how Blonde is at number 5. I don't know.
I was
maybe,
surprised.
Right? I was a little surprised. Like, we're talking about greatest albums ever made. And it's a number, ever, people. We're talking ever, okay?
Yo, he is in front of Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life. Like, Stevie was at 6 and Frank Ocean was at 5. That was a little bit interesting for me to see. And I like Frank.
Absolutely.
I like Nostalgia Ultra. Blonde, it wasn't Nostalgia Ultra to me, but it was cool. But top 5 ever?
Ever.
That's a big statement.
That's the thing.
He don't even put nothing out. Where you at, Frank?
I'll tell you where he's at, pulling out of the next show. That's what he did, I think, last year at one of those festivals when he pulled out at the last minute. I think he was the headliner and he pulled out. And listen, to be fair, Frank Ocean has diehard fans. So, of course, they were upset about this. They were mad. They wanted to see him perform. But anyways, back to the album. I don't know if Blonde at number 5 makes sense for, this list of greatest albums ever made, people. Let's pay attention to what is being said. Okay. We don't want to misstep, but anyway, some people were talking about Channel Orange and, different bodies of work that Frank Ocean's done. So all that to say, regardless, for me, Blonde from Frank Ocean at number 5, that's a tough pill to swallow. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Beating out Stevie Wonder.
If I was Frank Ocean, I'd be mad I was number 5. Beating out Stevie, but we got more bones to pick with this list. Now,
okay,
you asked me, right when I told you about this list, you asked me, where was Mariah?
Okay, so yes, where is Mariah Carey on here?
She's not on this list, Nessa. You know who else is not on this list? TUPAC is not on this list. You know who else is not on this list? Whitney Houston is not on this list. But we need to go back to Mariah because she had a song called We Belong Together. It was number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 14 weeks. That's over 3 months. And that came from the album, The Emancipation of Mimi. And Nessa, just go ahead. Tell me all the songs that were on that album.
So first off, let's take it back. Let's even talk about Mariah Carey. How back do we want to go? Do we want to go to Music Box? Well, forget Music Box, okay? Because clearly this list doesn't mind disrespecting her. Why don't we talk about Daydream, Fantasy,
Okay.
Always Be My Baby,
That's one of my favorite Mariah songs.
Are you kidding me? Okay, let's skip to Butterfly. Let's talk about Honey, the song Honey, what it did. Let's talk about the music video for what it did. Let's talk about the other music video off that album, My All. Okay, I'm going through this fast because, listen, I am a super lamb and I can stay on this all day. All right? The Emancipation of Mimi. You know what, Katrina? Honestly, we should do a breakdown of all the records Mariah Carey still holds to this very day off of her albums that she's created. By the way, Mariah Carey's a songwriter, okay? Put some respect on her name right now. While, there's other albums on here, I can't say with my chest out that, the artist wrote the music on there. I'm sorry. So when we're talking about greatest albums ever made, let's pretend Mariah Carey didn't even write her own songs, right? Let's pretend in this a crazy, dysfunctional world.
Multiverse.
Those songs, those albums should still be on this list, all right? Top 10 bare minimum. Minimum.
I cannot believe. Listen, there's 100 spots. You don't have one spot for the Emancipation of Mimi. You don't have one spot for one spot for Daydream. New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house.
Oh,
sweet fantasy, baby. Are you kidding me?
Always
this
be
is disrespectful.
My baby.
You gotta call Ebro. We have to call Ebro. I can't believe it.
I am. I'm gonna call him.
I cannot
right now.
believe it.
I need to understand what is.
I
really
think that's
happening.
the most egregious. I think that's the most.
Should I
egregious.
call or video chat? Which one?
Video chat. That and TUPAC. not being on this list.
We're gonna get to Pac. We're gonna get to Pac. Let's
But
also address,
Mariah, no, 100 spots, no MC.
first
Are
off,
you kidding me?
the fact that they don't have Pac on here, All Eyes on Me, truly one of the greatest albums ever made. By the way, that album was made in 2 weeks. From Ambitions as a Writer, All About You, How Do You Want It, America's Most Wanted, Life Goes On, I Ain't Mad at Ya. Shout out to Daz Dillinger, who helped produce a lot of songs on that.
Daz.
Shout out to Johnny J, Rest Easy, who also played a major role in producing that album. But anyways, I just saw recently, I think we even did it on the show, Katrina, our radio show, where Pac is still breaking records. You know,
absolutely.
Even after the release of that, I don't know how long it's been since All Eyes on Me came out. Look that up. But anyways, it came out in 1996. Think about that year. It's actually the first project out of that year, and that was a gigantic year, okay? The only project out of that year to reach 3 billion streams on Spotify. I think I saw it on
Came out
Hip Hop
28
Hero.
years ago. Came out 28 years
Are
ago.
you kidding me? So think
I
about
really
all the
still
people.
can't.
Hold on. So think about all the people that dropped an album during that time, right? Think about all the icons that were able to live on and continue doing their work. He's still out here bodying them, okay?
Absolutely.
And you're telling me All Eyes on Me that look it up. Look up the its records and what it broke. I think it sold over 500,000 units, I think the first week or something like that. I think it was something like insane. And it's a double disc, by the way. But anyways, the fact that All Eyes on Me from Pac is not on this list is just ridiculous. You know, I also felt like, to me, another one of Pac's great albums is 7 Day Theory, you know, with Hail Mary on it, Toss It Up, To Live and Die in LA, Me and My Girlfriend, which everybody has sampled and used and tried to make it their own, and they can't. No, thank you. We love Pac's version. Please stop. So, like, what are they talking about? What are they talking
Nessa.
about with this list? Now, no, wait,
Nessa.
hold on. You've been a Whitney fan for a long time. Let's get these points in really quick, okay? You're telling me Whitney's self-titled album is not on this list?
Whitney goddamn Houston, you guys are going to put her on the list? The greatest love of all? Hello, how will I know you'll give good love all at once? Saving all my love for you, cause I'm saving all my These should be impactful albums. I think I need to go through the list. We need to go through the list and take some out. We need to trade. We need to trade some albums off the list. And then we need to find these people's names that chose it. I can't believe no Pac or no Whitney. So egregious. I cannot believe it.
I need to understand how they thought this was okay. Like, what
they
was
got
this
Astro
conversation?
World on this list. Come on, man. Come
Over
on.
Mariah, Pac, and
you couldn't.
Whitney?
Come on, guys. All right, maybe I'm hating. Maybe I'm not.
I don't know. Listen, having an opinion, we're not being disrespectful. Okay, guys? So for everyone who's going to leave a comment in here, Astro World lovers, listen, we're not trying to be disrespectful. We're really just going off of the accolades, the numbers, the cultural impact, especially like, you know, we've been in broadcasting for 19 years. Okay. So we're not talking from a space of like, oh, it's just because we love them as artists. No, what the music meant and how it shifted culture is so out of this world. I'm sorry. This is just unacceptable.
Hold on.
What? What are you going to piss me off more?
I am going to piss you off. Tupac is on the list.
Great. Now you got me sounding like a lunatic.
They have him written as Tupac. I was looking up as Tupac, and one headline said that it was egregious that he wasn't on the list.
Okay, what album?
Okay, hold on. All Eyes on Me.
Of course. Okay, so now, Katrina, apologize to the people that we've been going off on. I trusted your word. I should have known not to listen or trust you, Katrina, because you always mess up. Every day is always some damn mess up.
It's not
so
always.
Apologize.
It's like 80% of the time.
So,
all right, listen, I have to apologize.
Tupac is on this list. What number is he at, and what's the album?
Okay, guys, so I have to apologize. Tupac is actually on the list. We got our blood boiling for nothing, but he's at number 62, okay? So this is a problem that All Eyes on Me is at number 62. 62.
They must not like Pac. It doesn't make sense to me. What All Eyes on Me did, and we were children and we know what it did. Okay? Right. Are you kidding me? Whatever. Okay, so make sure again, Control F, search through the list and make sure that Mariah is truly not on this list and Whitney's truly not on this list before we lose and bust a goddamn blood vessel for no reason.
Okay, she's not on the list. Mariah is not on the list.
I'm calling
Whitney.
I'm calling Ebro.
Whitney. Pac should have at least been top 20.
I don't get it.
Because you know what? They should have. They didn't even say what they ranked it on. They just made the definitive list. Like, what did they rank it on? I would have said impact and popularity, because I think those are two important things. And I think,
can you hear it ringing?
If you, no, yes,
can't hear?
I can.
Ebro's ignoring.
But Mariah, bro, justice for Mariah Carey. She needs to be on this list. It's disrespectful, bro. It is disrespectful, 100%.
But they want to call. But Apple wants to call her to do their specials, right? Her Christmas specials. Hold on. Let me cover this so that you guys know that Ebro, we really did call. Hold on.
We can't see it.
Hold on. How do I make this work?
All eyes on me. I'm gonna send it up to Pac.
You guys see it?
No.
There. Ebro, unavailable. And I'm gonna leave him a voice. I'm gonna record myself doing a video to him, and ask him what is this? Ebro, I need to understand what is wrong with you. What is wrong with this Apple list? What are you kidding me? Pac, All Eyes on Me, and number 62. Katrina, you said 62.
62.
Are you kidding me? Mariah Carey, none of her iconic albums are on this list. Whitney Houston's not on this list.
Disrespectful.
You know what? I'm not going to blame you because I don't know if you were in the back putting this list together, but I'm telling you now, whoever it was, they clearly hate Pac. They clearly hate Mariah. Clearly they don't respect Whitney because I'm appalled. Call us back. It's me and Katrina. Bye.
And you know what, too? I'm glad that they have Janet on the list. They showed up to Janet.
Thank
Control
God.
Iconic album. Thank you for doing that.
Thank God.
But there's not a lot of R&B records on here. So I'm like, where is everyone? Where is all the music? I'm still tripping off Mariah not being on this list. Like, for me, pick iconic superstars from the music industry. And you ain't got Mariah on the list? She is, what's her record, Nessa? Her number ones. She's one away from breaking the record, right?
Excuse you, 19 number ones, 18 of them she wrote. Stop playing around with her. Stop it. You know what? I think Mariah Carey, this is my theory. I think people will feel comfortable to disrespect Mariah Carey because she's really a nice person.
She's cool.
And she's real cool and she's real nice and she's, thoughtful and very sweet. She is amazing. Okay. And I'm not just saying that because I have a personal.
Mariah.
Hold on.
Sorry.
It. Not because I have a personal relationship with her, which I respect, admire, and appreciate so much. But even the times I did not know her well and we crossed paths, right? And I'm just a person, in the radio world, just, trying to make it. She's always showed me so much respect. Not when I got to Hot 97, Market One, the greatest legendary radio station, was she treating me like this? No. Before, yes, believe it or not, we have a history of broadcasting where we put our time in different markets across the country. So when I was a nobody out of San Francisco doing radio, and I was fortunate enough to sneak into one of her events, all right, in New York. I flew out just to go to this event. I spent all my money at Barney's. I've never been to Barney's. It was my first time going to Barney's. I bought some designer name that I don't even know how to pronounce, all right, with some Manolo Blanc's shoes.
No,
heels.
You're not saying that right either.
Okay, how do you say it?
Blahnik? I don't know.
Next.
I can't say it. It's out of my tax bracket. I can't say it.
Listen, it was my first time doing this. I spent everything I had. And I went to this event that she had, I snuck in. I went really early and was basically just telling them like, hey, I'm part of the press, this. But, you know, when you go somewhere early, you're more likely to get in than if you wait until it's popping. But anyways, long story short, I get in. I'm a nobody. And there's a whole lot of me's in the building as well, meaning a lot of people who aren't popular, who aren't in these big markets at that time, you know. And she showed so much love and grace. Like, it was nothing. It was so regular to her. She could have been in a corner like a lot of people do at events, minding her business, doing the bare minimum. Absolutely not. Mariah Carey was enjoying herself. At that time, her and Nick were still together, her and Nick Cannon. They were laughing, giggling, just gallivanting, speaking to everybody. Didn't matter. All that to say, fast forward the many times I've met her afterwards. Again, I'm a nobody. In this world of, you know, Mariah's world, treats us with so much respect. One of the artists that ever showed up to an interview early, waiting to get interviewed, eating pizza like it was nothing. Stop it. Dylan. Stop it. Stop playing with her because she's a nice person. I don't like that. She really needs to be really mean and disrespectful. Like what I really want to say, I'm not going to say, but she really needs to be an ass.
Say it.
She needs to be an ass. Because y'all keep playing with her name, and that's not okay. No, you don't treat MC like this.
You know what? We need another Mariah diss record. We need another Mariah diss record.
By the way,
if she puts out another diss record, that'd be amazing.
By the way, I mean it when I say Apple's going to hit her up to do another Christmas special. So you guys know who she is. You know what she's done for you. And you see the numbers and the records she breaks. But you're not going to acknowledge her albums, any of her albums. Katrina, I'm in disbelief. Check again. Please make sure that what we're saying is accurate. Please.
Not even her Christmas album? Like, bro, come on.
You mean the song that continues to break records every single year? Like, make it make sense.
Yeah. Oh, Whitney Houston, Mariah, and Brandy snubbed.
Brandy?
Brandy? Come on, they're disrespectful. I'm mad.
I'm mad.
I can't believe it.
What is the criteria? And you notice they kept it very vague. There's no criteria. You guys don't have a criteria. You guys are really breaking it down. The fact that you left icons off this list and their body of work lets me know everything that I need to know.
Right.
And I don't want to take away from anybody that's on a list because that makes me feel like a hater. But to be honest, they're not better than Mariah Carey's albums. They're not better than Whitney's albums. They're not better than Brandy's albums. And Pac,
there are not 100 albums better.
And they're sure as hell not better than Pac's All Eyes on Me at number 62. Tell me Big's on this list. Tell me Big's
on the list.
What
Big is
number?
On the list. He is on number 32 with Ready to Die.
It's still low. It's still low. It's still low.
I mean, where else are we gonna go? We're running out of space. If they got 100, I just know. Listen, Big's on the list. Pac's on the list.
They're not high up. They're not high up enough. They're not high up enough. But fine, let me stop that complaint.
For Mariah.
Let me like compromise, okay? Because that's like what I've learned in being a marriage and having a family. It's a give and take.
Compromise.
Right?
Compromise. That's the big one.
Let's compromise, okay? So let's compromise. Fine. Pac and Big are at least on this list. At least.
Here, listen.
I'm not happy with where they're ranked, but they're at least on this list. But Mariah, Whitney, and Brandy not on this list at all? You're telling me there's 100 better albums than what they've created? I'm not buying it. I'm sorry, guys.
That's how I feel about the list. If you can see it.
It's the iconic Whitney look. That stare. Like, are you kidding? Huh?
Come on, bro. All right.
Okay.
Listen, we'll find out what Ebro has to say. He's
not answering for a reason.
Well, you're going to have to defend your people. We'll see.
But also, I'm going to give him a slight break because, you know, he had another baby recently. So maybe he's on dad duties. But still, at some point, he's going to have to send us the emails of the people we need to contact.
I just want to know.
I need to understand.
After they finished the list, they looked at it. Did not anyone say, what about Mariah? How come she's not on the list?
Okay,
and if they did, did they be like, well, shouldn't she be on the list? We need to move somebody.
Okay,
like,
so Yeah.
Can't believe what that room or whatever was like.
I think because we're so taken aback by Mariah, Whitney, and Brandy not being on this list, and also Pac and Big being so far down on this list, more so Pac, right? Let's focus on the top 5 a little bit if you have any thoughts, okay? What do you think? Well, we said how we felt about Blonde, Frank Ocean at number 5.
I like Frank.
Listen, number 4, Purple Rain, you can't go wrong with it. I
can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Abbey Road, the Beatles, I have not spent enough time with it, but I understand the cultural impact, correct? Right? I understand what it did musically 100%. And how it shifted things, even though my own bias, maybe it wouldn't be that high up, but I understand. See? When you're dealing with people who are level-headed and understand and get it. But number 2, Thriller, Michael Jackson, which I also understand 100%. Thriller changed the game.
Listen. Okay,
you said you had a little controversial take on this.
I did. I like Thriller, but you know what I think was Michael's best album? Off the Wall. Off the Wall is not on this list at all. Off the Wall,
it's not on the list.
I get Thriller's cultural impact. I get the impact. I get the records it broke. But you're not gonna put Off the Wall on the list. Listen to the songs on Off the Wall. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Rock With You. Working Day and Night.
I can hear it in my
Girlfriend,
head.
She's Out of My Life. I Can't Help It. It's the Falling in Love. That's no skips. No skips. Come on, bro.
Wait, and Off the Wall's not on this list of 100 albums?
I wanna rock with you all night. Off the Wall's not on this. And one of my favorite Michael songs. I like the smooth stuff.
You gotta get
but
to
I
the
just
hook
can't.
or
I cannot believe
flag
it.
Us.
Yeah, I just played the first bass line. Okay, but let's see what's on Thriller, so we could see if
come on. There's no
we're justifiably mad. Oh, it's good, man. Wanna Be Starting Something, Baby Be Mine, The Girl Is Mine, Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature, PYT, The Lady in My Life.
It's not
Those are two
skip.
no skip albums. I cannot
not
believe it.
I still think Off the Wall.
Michael's that guy.
I think Off the Wall should have been on this list.
Off the Wall needs a spot. I wonder who's on here twice. That's what I want to know. Who got 2 spots? Oh, how am I gonna do
and that will tell you who they need a favor from, whether it's directly from the artist or from the estate. Because it's just not adding up. I'm sorry. Okay, now at number 1, we have The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. And listen, we love Lauryn Hill. I understand. I
love
also
the album.
Yeah, I mean, I remember this album so well. I remember where I was. Oh my goodness. I remember just like how it changed the game. And I remember just everything Lauryn Hill. I mean, clearly it's such an iconic album that we're still talking about it to this very day, where we still fan over Lauryn Hill. And I'm not mad at that. Do you see what I'm saying? To compromise? Like, I'm not mad at everything we just said. Everything makes sense. Also, I saw Lauryn Hill up at, I think, the Apple Studios, right?
Right.
And so it's like one of those things that I love seeing Lauryn Hill get the flowers that she deserves, because she absolutely deserves it. So again, we're not mad at these picks. I just can't believe Mariah Carey, none of her albums made it to this list. Whitney Houston, none of her albums made it to this list. Brandy is not on this list. And
so there's
Pac,
some doubles and triples.
Wait, Pac is number 62?
So Prince is on here a couple times. Stevie's on here a couple times. The
but
Beatles are on a couple times.
They're
Justified.
okay. They're okay.
Yeah.
Justified.
Michael, Off the Wall should be on here. If you can only pick one Mariah, maybe Daydream. Okay, Daydream or Emancipation. What's your favorite Mariah album?
Pull up the track listing. Because I think
I put the big singles from both of them.
Okay, let me see. We Belong.
All right,
okay.
so Daydream was Fantasy, One Sweet Day, Always Be My Baby. Those are the big marquee songs from Daydream. Now for Emancipation, it's We Belong Together, Shake It Off, Say Something. And there's like deep cuts, so you would know more than I. I put the ones that are most recognizable.
I think it would have to be Daydream, because I think what Daydream did also, you know, when you're hearing ODB on Fantasy and the music video, the roller coaster, what Mariah did to music at that time, you know, and she was getting on obviously R&B songs we know, but how she even changed hip hop. and what she was able to do. And all of a sudden you start seeing a lot of hip hop songs with great melodies, in the hook. So if I'm looking at impact, if I'm looking at who shifted things and like really, I think Daydream, because you got to think about stardom. Honey changed the game. I remember that during that time was the VMAs. She showed up. She had that long black skirt on with that huge slit on the side. She just went through that, separation situation with her ex-husband. And so she was, shining. So I don't know. That's a hard one because I also love the emancipation of Mimi. And I felt like those were such massive songs on there. Like We Belong Together. Just that alone.
That alone should be able to put this on the list. You know what?
Um,
You made such a great point, Nessa. I really do think now that MARIAH ushered in the mass appeal of having the marriage of rap and R&B or rap and melodic music together. Because all right, we know a lot of rap songs would feature a singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mary was doing a lot of music that would have hard hip hop beats. But once MARIAH came and did it, it was like, oh, okay. This is playing on TRL. This is playing on MTV. Like,
right.
This is playing on the pop station.
It was a different level of what it
she
did.
Literally,
yes, the impact that it had
the
and what it
impact
did.
that it had on music. Like, she was handing out number ones to a lot of artists on the top charts, not just a specific genre chart. Like,
baby, if you
she
give
gave
it to
Jay
me,
his first number one.
Say it
She
again.
gave-
No,
who-
don't just say
she
the
gave-
name. Who? Say the
She
full
gave
name.
Jay-Z his first number one.
Think about how hard he's
with
been working his
Give Me
whole
Love,
career
Give
and
Me
couldn't
Love,
couldn't
Give
get
Me
it
Love.
done until MARIAH hopped on.
MARIAH gave Jay-Z his first number one. So she really put a lot of eyes on this melodic kind of rap music that really just made it a lot more visible to people.
We didn't even talk about her album E=MC². Touch My Body was on there. Another massive song. I mean,
you know what?
What?
You know her new remix, the Money Long song, the Made for Me?
Yeah.
The remix? It sounds like Touch My Body kind of flow.
Well,
like
it makes
she
sense.
doesn't use Money's flow, like Money, how she sings on it.
Right.
MARIAH came in with a whole different flow, and when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, that's pretty hard.
And you know why? What makes me love that is that you could tell that she really loved the song and she wanted to bring MC to it. She didn't just want to remix it and just like, let me get on this so that I can have people talking about me. Like, how we see other artists do that. And I know that that's a diss, but it's true. MARIAH isn't worried about that. She did her own thing. She had her own vision on the remix for this and she did it. And I mean, it just goes to her brilliance.
Right.
It's just beyond me that none of her albums is on this list.
Oh man, I'm mad for her.
I just want them to stop listen. I just want them to stop stop calling her when they need to get their numbers up and ask her to do a Christmas special because they know her song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, still does numbers every single year. Every single year.
Every year.
Whatever. Let's discuss something else. I sent this to you, Katrina, because I think it's a clear sign that there is trouble in paradise for Jessica Biel. I love Jessica Biel. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I think she's great. And, I think Justin Timberlake won. All right. Like, he's the winner in that situation, in my opinion. Yeah. But listen, they have been together for a very long time. They're married. They have a family. So I say this gently, but I'm also saying this by noticing something, okay? Something alarming to me. And Jessica Biel had posted a picture. Well, she posted like her transformation. Let me just say that, right? So naturally, Jessica Biel usually wears her hair somewhat kind of medium long, right? She usually has kind of waves in it. But then she decided to have this drastic transformation and she decided to chop her hair off. And now she's got a bob. So she's brought the bob back. And I think this is really, really interesting because I think it's a sign that something might be going on. And I say that out of experience. In all my years, whatever hair color I had, pink, purple, you name it, orange, a mixture, blonde, platinum blonde, anything you could think of, I always did it in drastic times. Drastic situations in relationships, right? Or even just cutting my hair. It was always drastic decisions. So I don't know. I don't know this for sure, but there's something going on that in my gut that I feel like maybe Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel, might not be on, the best of terms right now. They might be calling it quits. And I only have her hairdo as the indication of this, okay? So please do not come for us and be like, oh, you don't know anything.
Don't say us. Say you. Don't come for you, because this is not my theory.
I don't know, but I think it's alarming. Drastic changes. Now, look, she might just be bored and might have just wanted to do that.
No.
That could be the case.
She might just be mom life in it, bro. Like, I got to pick up after these damn kids. Hair's all in my face. I got to pick them up. I got to bring them here. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do whatever. You might not want your hair in your face for that.
Yeah, but
she might be getting sweaty. It's summertime. It's about to be summer.
But with a bob, it's always in your face. I mean, unless you pin it back, right? Like, unless
maybe
you
she's gonna do the cute. Oh, maybe she's gonna do the cute '90s clips.
Yeah,
like that they used to do.
But no? I don't know, something about it. I don't know. We'll keep an eye.
Justin Timberlake, he commented under it with fire emojis.
He's always gonna do that because, again, she is the prize. Sorry, Justin. And we got love for you too. Look, and we hope you guys are well. But I'm just saying, for a lot of us, it does turn into a conversation of hair and what we do when we are going through, tough times, especially younger me. Like, anything that I was going through that was drastic, you saw it because I took it out on my hair.
Bro, Nessa, can we talk about the pictures I sent you of my hair last week?
Only if you're comfortable.
My gosh.
Only if you're
I'm
comfortable,
baby. I'm comfortable.
Let it out. Go ahead. Maybe I wanted to talk about this so I can get you to feel comfortable and get a little loosey with it and talk.
You're disarming
about it.
me.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're disarming me.
Go ahead.
I found a lot of grays in my hair, Nessa, and I sent you pictures last week, and I was freaking out because first, all right, listen, I've had 1, 2 pop up. Like, cool, I'll just, knock them out. But I was putting my hair up because I've been trying to do my hair myself and, kind of put them up or whatever.
Right.
Putting my hair up, and I looked to the side. I was like, whoa, look at that. And it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 7. It was like 7 grays on the side.
Are you sure?
Because Nessa, I sent you the picture, and then I got mad at Tone, my partner. I was like, Tone, why didn't you tell me I got grays? He was like, I thought you were okay with it. I was like, yeah, I'm okay with 1 or 2, but not 7. He was like, well, you should see the back of your head. I was like, why? And he's all, here, let me take a picture. There was 7 more back here and like a gang more back here. And I had some here. And I'm like, bro, why didn't you tell me? So I thought you were fine with it. I said, I'm fine with 1 or 2, not a bajillion. So I had him take a picture. And I was like, this is crazy. So I start trying to pluck them.
But I heard plucking them is bad. I heard plucking is what gets them to come back with vengeance.
Maybe that's what happened because I was plucking it and it was just too many. So I was like, I had Tone come help me. Amara was there. She was pointing them out.
Your daughter.
That's my daughter.
Who's almost
she's 2 years old.
Right.
Yeah. So she's pointing them out. And it was just too much. I hit up Lino and Marcy. They do my hair. I'm like, bro, look at this. Because I saw them the weekend before and they did my hair. And they're like, it wasn't like that. I was like, could this have grown in a week? He's all, maybe it grew a little bit more. And now you're ruffling your hair a different way so you see it. And Nessa's suggestion was to dye my hair like Storm.
I didn't say
like, but there's not enough grays for that, Katrina. Yeah. Let's relax.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think when it gets to that point where it's a lot, I think you do it. I think you just go all out and listen, that's a vibe.
It is a vibe, but it's a high maintenance vibe. The way I wear my hair is low maintenance. Like, if I can't wear it down or I can't put it in a pony, like I could never do the bob because I hate hair in my face and I couldn't pull it out my face.
Right.
So
I think you need to stop plucking it because I think they come back with vengeance. I do. I really do.
You're stressing me out. I think you need to stop stressing me out, Nessa. I think that's what it is.
I know how we do this. Just do everything you're supposed to do and do it right. Then you won't hear from me.
Oh, man.
Okay, so speaking of you, at least you went out on a date night. You enjoyed yourself with the gray hairs. Did you cover it up when you went to the gala to honor Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, so the other night.
Did you really cover it up? Did you use like?
I didn't cover it up. They're gone. I told you. Tone and Amara plucked them all out. They're
Okay, you have
gone.
nothing to worry about, but they're gonna come back with a vengeance. They're gonna come back with an army.
They will.
But anyways,
they're going to be very angry at me. So the other day, Colin Kaepernick, your husband, he got honored by the Gordon Parks Foundation. So they have a gala annually every year. It's a fundraising gala where I'll tell you about that in a minute, where they, fundraise to make money for their foundation that continues to support social justice as well as creatives, because Gordon Parks was an amazing photographer that captured a lot of iconic moments during the civil rights era. They have a foundation. He has a gala, and they honored Colin this year for all the work he's done
and continues to do, of course.
Continues to do. So he was honored this year, and it was great. So Tone and I had a date night.
Right.
A working date night, because we were there making sure everything was good.
Why?
And we got
everything's always good, though.
Everything's always good, but because that's how we move. We're a team. Everything's always good. There's gonna be we have impenetrable walls. We are a team, baby. So anyway, the three of us went to the gala. It was great. Colin was honored. Everyone was so happy to see him. Like right when we got in, it was. Every time you go with Colin to a gala or anywhere, really, it's. And the thing about Colin that I think people should know is, he takes time to speak to everyone. And it's so amazing.
Single person.
And you know what?
It could drive us nuts at times, let's be honest.
Right.
Because we could, it takes up so much time. So here we are showing up early. We end up barely getting in on time because Colin has spent most of the time spending time with people in conversation.
Right. But if you think about it, he has inspired and affected so many people's lives that when they see him, they want to tell him and they want to thank him. And Colin is so gracious. And just, to put it in perspective, let's say there's 30 people in the room. If somebody wants to talk to him and tell them how much he's affected their lives, and it's a 2-minute conversation, that's 1 hour there. And if I'm trying to get him from here to 10 steps there, that takes an hour because everyone wants to come by. But all that to say, he's always so gracious. I'm the bitch, and that's fine. Anyway, all that to say, we were at the gala. It was great. Colin was
usually
honored.
I'm the bitch, but I wasn't there.
You're the bitch when I'm not there.
Yeah.
But when I'm there, I'll be the bitch. But I'm also nice, so I don't know how, but I can.
You need to up your bitchiness. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
With you. I feel like you've been.
I was
slacking.
mean to a couple people.
You need to step it up a little. To be honest, like the past couple years, it's been a little too soft. Like
I'm nice.
Up the bitchiness. No,
I'm nice.
I need Katrina.
Katrina B stands for bitch. I can't do it. I'll try. Okay. But anyway, back to the gala. It was a great night. Came in. So many people were so excited to see Colin. We sat down. It was just a good time. And, we're all and so we've been to many galas with Colin. And like I said, it's always right. So by the time dinner comes out, it's always so interesting because Colin never eats, because that's the moment where they kind of break for an intermission and people can roam, and everyone's just so excited to be there. There's multiple different honorees. There's a lot of people there. People want to connect. People want to say thank you. People want to do whatever, right? Colin never eats. So,
and then I got to deal with it because then he's grumpy.
Then you got to deal with it because after the gala we ate.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're all there, and it was just a good time. But it just reminded me, because every time we go to these galas, like I said, people start swarming. We try to sit down, we eat. I remember there was one particular gala that we went to a few years ago. So we went with you. It was me, you, Colin. We had some other of our folks there helping out. And I sat next to you and Colin, right?
Right, yeah,
So we were at this gala. And the way the tables were set up, it's different. Because a lot of the galas, they'll do banquet tables. But the way this gala was set up, it was long tables.
Right.
Which was interesting. And anyway, so I was sitting there, and then it was dark, and everyone's eating, and they're doing programming. Listen, I love when they do programming during dinner, because then people can actually feel like they can eat without feeling like everybody
they have to entertain other people coming up to them.
Right. So we're eating, or I'm work eating, so I'm just there. I got the food in front of me, but I'm kind of chilling. And then this person, who a lot of people know, he's pretty famous. I'm sitting next to him,
very famous,
and I'm sitting next to Nessa. He's very famous. So he goes, "Hey, are you going to eat that?" Because I had food in front of me. And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm good." And I was getting ready to hand him the plate. But he actually puts his hand on my plate. And it was like carrots and broccoli. And he grabs it.
I almost thought he was going to grab the potatoes.
And those ones had sauce. But he grabs the carrots and broccoli, and he puts it on his plate. And I was just like, I didn't know what to expect. But I was like, all right. And I just kept it pushing. But I just had no idea that I would ever be sitting next to this person who, I watch on TV or had watched on TV, grabbing carrots and broccoli off my plate when I definitely could have just handed him the plate. And like, bro, we're all fancy, like suits, dresses. It was just the most jaw-dropping moment of one of the events that I've been to.
Right.
But yeah, it's just so funny because a lot of times people don't even eat. Like sometimes people come to eat, but if you look like at the gala we were at the other day, Colin's plate was completely full because he was making sure that he was being mindful of people that wanted to talk to him. I was sitting there, I was like, it was like filet mignon. It was nice. But anyway, back to the gala. Colin was there. He was awarded. Spike Lee brought him out. It was cool. And then they do an auction where they were auctioning off a lot of the prints and pieces that Gordon Parks, of iconic pictures that Gordon Parks had taken. And Nessa, you weren't there, so I was texting you kind of play-by-plays of what was going on. Bro, this auction, they were like, oh, who wants to bid $20,000? There was like bidding wars for $20,000. And I was like, I was all texting Nessa. I was texting you. I was like, oh my gosh, they're bidding $20,000 for these things.
You were more focused on that versus why you were there.
We're all sitting down.
I was like, keep
Colin,
your eyes on the prize. Watch
I'm literally sitting right next to Colin.
We don't know who's around.
Yeah.
We do have.
Yes,
we
got ops. We got ops.
Yeah, we got.
But I'm sitting right next to Colin. I'm still a wall over here. Okay, it's like a blanket coverage.
Yeah,
all right?
there could be static coming, and we got to be prepared.
Listen, I was sitting next to him, but I could still enjoy this auction that was going. I was like, bro, I can't believe this. There's like people at our table. Okay, so there's this one particular piece, bro. They started the bidding at $100,000. I was like, someone at our table and another table, the one
back and forth
across from us, back and forth, 100.
Oh my
125,000.
I'll tell you who wasn't doing that. Colin.
130,000. 140. And I was like, I was getting hot. I was like, oh my gosh, they were going back and forth. Sold for $200,000 at the auction.
Say it again. You just said, say it again because I feel like you stuttered because you're still in awe. How much was it?
The photo that Gordon Parks took and they printed it big sold for $200,000. $200,000.
Jeez.
I should have went up to the dude that bought it and be like, yo, what's up? I just drew this yesterday. I don't know if you want to see this art that I drew, but I'm starting bids at $50. So what's up?
We'll take gas money.
It was just quite a scenario I never thought I'd be in.
Yeah.
At an auction where people are bidding exorbitant amount of money.
But you know what? The art, the work that is done,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just happy to see creatives getting what they deserve, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because,
it was
a
great.
lot
And-
of times artists, visionaries, when they create pieces, timeless pieces, like it gets stolen. They're never credited for. You hear a lot about how creators end up broke with nothing. They die with nothing. And you're just like, God, this sucks. Like here you are using your talent and then like you can't live off of it. So anyways, all that to say, but yes, I'm so glad that Colin was being honored. I'm always happy when people recognize him. For me, it's just like Colin sacrificed so much. Speaking of, the zeros that he's lost by not continuing his career is out of this world. Losing out on over $150 million by not continuing his career is real life. It's real life.
So Spike Lee brought Colin out, right? So when Spike was up there, he comes, gets to the mic. He's like, I'm a little sad about my Knicks, but we're not going to talk about that. So he gets to the mic and he goes,
That's funny.
Yeah. He goes, how many of you would sacrifice your dream, something you love, your job for other people? So how many of you? He said, I need you guys to stand up right now. It was great. People stood up. God damn it, they better stand up.
Oh, that was the intro for Colin. I thought he was just asking
intro.
People. Oh.
No, that was the intro for Colin. Colin was the last awardee of the night.
Oh, so that's how he introed him. And then he
That's
said,
how he introed him.
Of course.
And then Colin came and Colin
I saw
killed it.
some of
Colin's such a great
public
speaker.
It? Wait, and also isn't it so motivational? He's so motivational and inspirational when Colin talks. And you could just see and hear, because like I saw some of the footage. of like,
what
the
you mean you saw some of the
focus
footage? Nessa,
from
I
you.
sent you the footage.
Yeah, I
I
know.
sent it to you.
I didn't know if you were supposed to.
I
was
sent
trying
it
keep
to you
safe.
from my phone. I
Yeah.
sent it to you from my phone.
As you should. And just to
Yeah.
see the intensity behind people focus and really listening
Bro.
and lasered in on what Colin had to say. And I just love how Colin always makes sure that the focus isn't on him. He will always give it back to the people, and really just reminding everybody that, you know, it's not enough to be in privileged spaces. You have to open the doors. You have to make room, and you got to shake things up. That's what it's about. Just because you're getting everything, you feel special because, like, you know, you're in the
You spent
room by yourself.
$200,000 on an auction.
And that's the whole thing. It's like, what fun, what purpose is it if it's just you who's winning?
Right,
Everybody.
right.
And there's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody to get some. Everybody can live good,
3,
believe
4,
it or not.
5 times over.
Absolutely.
And what was great about Colin's speech was he had a call to action. He was like, hey, you know, when you leave here today, remember, you know, break these walls down, break these doors down. You're doing it so we can all do this together.
Yeah.
Like it was great. It was
He's
great.
better
It was
than
great. It
me.
was great.
He's better than
Nessa,
me.
where were you? Where were you?
I was on baby duty, man. You know, a lot is going on in the Kaepernick household. Baby is just baby, and that's why I wasn't there. So I just, you know, let you guys handle it, and I was just on baby duty. I wish I was there, but you know, I was living through
well,
you
we
guys.
definitely missed you. We missed you, Nessa. It wasn't the same.
Were there
without the
any
Fab
ops?
Four together? Of course, there was ops, and you know, you probably would have been much better at spotting them because I was really like, looking for
I got a radar.
I was,
you know, like
I was trying to spot them, and then later I was like, did we see? And Colin, I saw. I was like, where?
And Colin doesn't care. He does not care.
Colin don't care. Colin is Colin.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was great. Congratulations to Colin. Such a great honor.
And you could actually see some of the photos. I actually saw our Know Your Rights camp, our socials post some photos from the gala if you want to see Colin. And he looks so
Tony
handsome.
Ng took some great photos. Tony Ng took some great photos.
That would be Tone. That would be Tone,
yes.
Katrina's partner. But the photos look amazing. Colin looks great. He looks so handsome. Ugh, he just was so well put together. Like, you know.
Oh, and you know what?
It's very effortless for him.
At the end of the night, he was asking when we were going to have a play date.
Did he?
We were leaving your guys' house because, you know, we all went home together. And then he goes, so when are we going to get together, guys? He was asking for a play date after all that.
That's so sweet.
What a sweet guy.
Wait, so did he shout me and Baby Cap out at all or no?
You know, the time we were running out of time. The whole program was over. So, you know, Colin went there. He probably had like 30 seconds, a minute. He really just had to get in there and just keep it moving. Like, you know, the program was running over. So I'm sure he thought about it. But
he thought about it as he was getting off the stage and rushing to go get some food.
Oh, right.
Since he didn't eat at the gala. Okay, thanks for nothing, guys. Anyways.
That's cool.
Well,
anyway.
I'm so glad that you guys went and Colin was being honored. It's so amazing. I love it. I love seeing Colin get love. You know, it's important, man. It's important. All right.
That's right.
Why are you looking to the side? Why are you looking off to the side?
I'm inside the radio studio, Nessa.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, thank you for joining us, Nessa Off Air Quickie. And, you know, we will quickly come back to you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to our page. We always want to keep you updated. And we're here for you. Okay. And yes, leave us comments. By the way, there's some really mean comments, you guys. I'm an adult. I'm a mom now, so I'm not going to go in on you. However, and I would like an apology because some of them are very, very mean and disrespectful. Who raised you? But anyways, I'll do my best to respond to everybody. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Until the next time.